Hey guys, it's XxSTGJHONxx here, and I'm bringing you out of map on the campaign mission titled Operation 40. It's the first mission, and it starts right here when you get to the cornfield, which is actually the end of the mission, which sucks. You have to go through all this, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna come up on this ledge. It's really simple. You just come up and get on the little wall. You'll probably have trouble with it. Don't give up though, okay? There's multiple things you can do at this point. My first thing was to jump off and come over here. I'll have a more detailed description of what I'm doing right now later on in the video, because this was not the perfect example of how to get down easiest, because this was my first try. This was actually my first time being down here, so yeah. Don't worry, you'll get the hang of it by the end of this video. You'll understand completely, okay? So, yeah, I'm finding my way downhill without killing myself, because I've killed myself several times by the slide was so fast that I just smashed myself against the floor. But, okay, so how I just survived, you'll see later on in the video. Don't worry about it. There's in the map right there, okay? So we're out of the map, behind the fence, and you can just walk through the fence. The fence becomes walk-throughable once you pass this invisible border right here. See? Okay. I was very unsure about walking on that grass. I wanted to go in here, but there's an invisible wall. That's because if you're in the map, like regular story mode, they don't want you just going into that room and then just coming out of map. So, I was unsure if this grass was real or not, the Nuketown grass. And it was, so I just walked, and then, I see this little wall that the backside's invisible for some reason. So I just dolphin dived over it, you know. And I tried dolphin diving over this one, but I couldn't find it. It wouldn't work, so that's because that's an invisible barrier. Because, again, if you're in the map, they don't want you just walking out. So I was discovering stuff, and those boxes are solid randomly. The car's not, and those squares aren't, but the boxes are. So I decided to dolphin dive again. Got on top of it, and I wanted to dolphin dive on top of this one, so I do, but I think I have trouble for once. There we go. And just jump over the fence because of that. And yeah, half of the building. So now I'm just deciding just to run out. If you remember this part of the story mode, you're supposed to be with your team headed to that airplane. I posted a glitch video on that airplane one too, a while back, so that's that. I just decided to keep walking back here to see what happens, what it looks like and everything. Look at the rushing random water underneath here. You will fall under the map a couple times, so get used to that. It will happen. Yeah. Imagine this is what your backyard looked like. You just check out your back door and then just randomly just death. And I fell into the map, so I just killed myself by clipping a grenade. Alright. Suicide answers everything, right guys? Okay. So, what we're gonna do next, I was just fooling around right here. I was trying to see if you can get up easier that way, but no. Just do it the original way. And, yep. I'm just waiting for me to do it. Okay, right here. And then jump. Okay. This time, I think I actually edged the wall instead of, yeah. Okay. I edged the wall as far as possible. There's the cornfield to my right, and there's outer map to my left. Yeah, and I keep going, and here's the wall. Here's outer map right there to my left now. I mean, to my right. My right and my left are both out of map. I'm completely gone. So I just decided to keep going on this wall, see how far it takes me, you know, just in case. And I keep going. Now the wall is a different texture, which is kind of interesting. All the floating trees, and then there's the end of the wall right there. So I decide to go back instead of suiciding, and the ground reappears. So I think I'm going to just see. You can see the obvious chunk in the ground right there. So I decided to just jump, and I made it. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I go prone in case there's any fake ground. I don't want to just fall into the map, you know, after etching that wall and everything. I don't want to do it again. So I just go prone, and I'm actually hitting a cliff to my right side. It won't let my guy go over towards the wall. So that means he'll fall if he goes over there. And so I keep running, and I'm scared about this part, and I go up, I'm like, okay, and then it won't let me. And I walk, and it still lets me, which is weird. So yeah, there's in the map when you're fighting for, Villa, basically. Yeah, just still exploring around, and, invisible barrier. And I decide to, go as far as possible. Let's see how far we can go. And it looks really nice, it looks solid, it looks promising, you know. And yeah, you just fall. Sucks, because that would have been cool if you can go all the way out there. But still. Next up, we're going to go back to that jumping on the wall thing. Yeah, wait up. And, I'm having trouble this time. And there we go. Okay. So, now, again, I'm going to fall down here. And this is not the detailed description, again, how to do it. You'll see in just a second how to do it, okay? And I'm making my way down. Making my way down. Got hurt, and fall down, okay. So I'm out of map again. And this time I'm more familiar with it, because I was already out here. Dolphin dive. Yeah. You know, I just realized right now, I just walked, you know, right through that, in between the little wall and the building. And there's no invisible wall to stop me, so maybe you can just go out there. I'm going to test that later. I don't know, there's probably an invisible wall in story mode. But, yeah, look at this serious, case of the overgrown trees. My gosh, look how big those leaves were. Leaves were huge. Look at that. My god. Okay, so, yeah, I just keep going. And if you know this part of the story, the plane is taking off, and your guy jumps out of the plane to go protect them and jump into this cannon blaster thingy to destroy enemy shit while they can get a safe getaway. And here's the cannon blaster. And I get in it, and I'm like, oh, sweet, wow, it allows me to get in it. And my plane's not even here yet. How funny is that? I'm like, oh, this is great. And then I'm like, okay. Anytime now. So yeah, if you go on that, you're stuck there forever. So you'll have to redo the entire mission over. Because you can't kill yourself, so you have to do the entire mission over. So I'd advise you not to do that. So this is like my 4th time doing the mission. We're back, and here's the detailed description this time, okay? You jump down, and you go on this. You go through the little brown wall, and right here, you're going to want to aim for that little purple spot. Don't run or nothing. Just walk slow, and then, yeah. Now you're going to want to aim for this purple section, okay? Those are your safe spots. That's where it's flat enough to where your guy can stand and not slip. Okay? Now you're going to slip down directly forward, and you'll crush right against the invisible barrier that protects you from going out of the map during story mode, okay? Hopefully you caught that. It's a little bit complicated, though. And, I'm trying to see if he just walks through there. So yeah, see this little section right here? I wonder if you can see, I'm just walking straight through it like it's normal. So I wonder if during story mode I just make a U-turn and go through there. I wonder if I can make it back out of map, but I'd rather not do the entire story mode again just to see that, so. Well, not the entire story mode, the entire first mission. Yeah, notice how nobody's shooting at me. It's because they don't realize I'm here yet. It's pretty interesting. And I keep going, and boom, I get hit by that mortar strike thing. Same thing that's in story mode, so it recognizes I'm still there. And I'm like, I don't think the plane is going to register me, and it did. And I'm like, wow, the plane registers me? I'm like, okay, if I hear Woods' voice and Bowman's voice while I'm on the plane, and that's lame, because remember, they're back waiting for me to repel up on that hill. So I put this part in fast forward. It's just me destroying with the M60. Again, here comes the part where I'm going to go jump off the plane to go shoot down the enemy shit to protect Woods and Bowman to get away, right? Okay, so they send me off. This is where I'm supposed to say. Right now, Woods is supposed to say, Mason, what are you doing? Or something like that. And so I'm running, and they're supposed to be on that plane. Apparently that plane has autopilot. And I shoot, I destroy the enemies. Boom, they go blow up. And there goes the plane. Right here, the scene should fade away and end. But guess what? It doesn't, because Woods and Bowman are still in Cuba. So, you're stuck here. Yep. That's pretty funny. I thought that was great. It was just amazing. But, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It's probably one of my favorite out-of-map glitches for campaign. And, that's about it. Okay, guys? Aerocon Maniac.